Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another review slash first impressions video. I just recently received my Dose of Colors PR box for their holiday collection. Let me just say this color of blue is so pretty. It kind of reminds me of my wedding color, but it's a little more baby blue than it is like slate blue. But anyways, so we are going to be pretty much using everything in this PR box. When you open it up, you have Anna and then the really pretty model. I don't remember her name. Her at name is like MVRE or something like that. I don't know, but this girl is stunning. So they use her in every promo pic. And then you have Anna, who is the owner of Dose of Colors. And in this package, it just comes with a little info card. So you get a Glossy Wonderland mini gloss set, a Snow Angels eyeshadow palette, and the Let's Get Toasty mini matte lipstick set. And then as well as the Pretty Cool palette, which just came out. So that is what is all in this PR package. But I do want to say, for me not to really like cool tones, this Pretty Cool palette is actually really pretty. Like, it's actually really pretty. I really like this color right here. It's not pretty for me to like use this palette all like just this palette. It's pretty in the sense of like using these as like lid shades. Like, that's what I feel like I could get away with using these shades with, but just not like, you know, creating a whole eye look. I don't know. Maybe like some of you guys said, maybe we've just been conditioned to believe that warm eyeshadow palettes are the business, you know, and a lot of people like cool eyeshadow palettes. Maybe that's why I just don't get down with cool tone palettes that much. But I don't know. I still thought this was really pretty, and it's all matte as their shadow palettes are, and this is a this isn't limited edition, so this is a part of their permanent collection. So the Snow Angels palette is just like the Pretty Cool palette, where you get 5 shades, and this palette comes with an array of colors. Like, okay, and it also has the pretty baby blue packaging. So pretty. Like, I'll admit, when I first saw this palette, I was kind of like, It's like their berry palette, and then they threw in like 2 blues. So for me, for this being like their holiday palette, I was kind of expecting more. Maybe like some of those block party shadows, or even like the Desi Katie kind of formula where it's like really shimmery and sparkly. I would have liked like one of those or 2 of those. Maybe like this blue to be like shimmery, and maybe like this matte mauve shade to be shimmery, because it's all matte. And it's a great palette to use with the block party shadows, which I think I might end up doing anyways, but I just kind of expected a little bit more. But you get a navy blue, which is a necessity. Like, I only have one, and it's in the ABH Artist palette, so it's nice to have another navy blue. You get a really bright cobalt blue, so a really bright blue. Then you get a berry kind of like a, you know, kind of like a wine color, like a marsala color. Then you get like a hot pink, and then a kind of like a how would I explain this? Like a dusty rose kind of color, like a dusty rose, yeah. So that is the colors that you get in this palette. And then the liquid matte liquid lipstick set, I believe they said that you get 2 of these are already permanent, and then you get a few new ones. I will say that this is very, very, very smart, like buying a set like this, because honestly, I have so many liquid lipsticks that I never really get to complete, and I feel like buying a liquid lipstick set that's this small, you know, you can get a vibe for it, see if you like it without paying full price. You get to like really see, you know, how you like these shades, how they look on you without having to break your damn bank. So the first shade you get is Stone, which is a regular. This is one of their popular shades. I will swatch this on my wrist. Stone is a little bit more pink than, a little more pinky mauve. It's not one of my favorite colors, but it is pretty. Then you get Truffle, which I don't think I've ever used Truffle, but Truffle is also like a mauve nude color. This one has a little bit more peachy kind of tones as opposed to Stone. I actually really like Truffle. I haven't really gotten to wear it, but I actually really like that one. Then you have Heartbreaker, which I believe is a newer shade. And this is just like the perfect little size to just throw in your purse. Yeah, I like that one. I really like that one. Ooh, that's pretty. A little more, in person, it's a little more like on the like nude, like warmer side than Truffle. And then Catching Feelings, which is also a nude, and this one looks like my type of nude. Let's swatch them and see. Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. These last two are more me. Catching Feelings and Heartbreaker are definitely more of my speed. So these two. Catching Feelings or Heartbreaker is a little bit darker. Catching Feelings is a little more nude, and then you get Stone and Truffle, which are already ABH, already Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks, but these are like two of their most popular shades. So last but not least, you get a mini lip gloss set, which I don't wear a lot of their lip glosses. I do like the formula, but I'm just not like a big Dose of Colors lip gloss wearer. I definitely get wears out of liquid lipsticks and their lipsticks because I really like those formulas, but their lip glosses I just kind of like, when I wear a gloss, it's kind of like my normal gloss, like my go-to gloss. So this first shade is called Naughty, and this one's a lot more like a mauve kind of color, and this is what this looks like. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. That is really pretty. It's a little dark for my liking, but I feel like I could still get a good wear out of this. And then you have Photo Op, which is definitely more my speed. This is definitely more me, more nude. Thank you very much. This is more peachy of a nude, but it's kind of similar to Catching Feelings. Kind of similar to Catching Feelings. It just has a little bit more like coral hues as opposed to nude. If that makes any sense. Then we have Angel, which is like a dusty rose kind of nude color. That'll be pretty with a lip liner. It's a little lighter, like you can see it's kind of lighter. It's not as nude as the last one, a little more pink, but it'll definitely be pretty with a lip liner. And just to, you know, with glosses, I feel like if you line your lips and then just do like a little in the center, it looks good. Like, I don't overdo it with a gloss unless I'm like wanting like overly glossy lips. The final one is Dress Up, which is another kind of mauve-y nude color. I believe this one's darker. Yeah, this one's a little darker than the last one. A little darker. But definitely these two first shades are definitely my speed. So I can kind of see they added, you know, some mauve nude shades and then some lighter nude shades and then a like darker kind of barrier color, a nude, and then two more mauve nude shades. So definitely in that kind of realm. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch Pretty Cool as well, just so we get an idea. Don't mind my arm being ashy. I just got out of the shower. This is the first shade. This is the second shade. Very pigmented. These shadows are very pigmented. They kind of blend into my skin tone. This is the third shade. This is the fourth shade. Ooh, these are ashy. And the last shade. These are really buttery. So these are the shades of the palette. This shade right here looks like muddy dirt. Like, it looks like you ain't washed, you know, like the crevices of your arm. That's what it kind of looks like. I really like this first shade though. These first three shades actually are really pretty for lid shades. So that's the Pretty Cool palette. I am going to be doing a look using the Snow Angels palette. So if you aren't already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And we are going to go ahead. I'm going to prime my lids, set them down, and we're going to get a look out of the Snow Angels palette. I think I'm going to work with the blues. I haven't done a look using the blues in a while. I think I'm going to find, I might actually use the Friendcation palette in comparison, in conjunction with this palette. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, so I primed my lids with my MAC Pro Longwear concealer, set them down. I am going to take the Desi Katy Friendcation palette and take a little bit of Churro, right? Yeah, Churro, which is the kind of like warm transition shade, just a tiny bit, because it's probably gonna get covered up. I'm using a Pretty Bar blending brush, And I'm just going to work this into my upper crease. This is going to be my transition shade, but as I mentioned, it's going to probably get covered up by the blue shades that we apply, but I just want to make sure that I have a little bit of a transition shade up in my upper crease area. So now we're going to go into the Snow Angels palette, and I am going to take the shade. Okay, so I don't ever remember how these go. Like, okay. 0 degrees. I'm like trying to, okay, so these actually, okay, so 0 degrees is the cobalt blue shade. I'm going to put that into my crease with this Delazzi Color Blend L211 brush. Very, very, very pigmented, okay. Blues make me really nervous. Like, they're just not the easiest color to blend. So they stress me out a little bit. I am gonna do a halo eye. I think I'm gonna do a halo eye. So I'm gonna come all the way in and go all the way out. And these palettes, like all of the Dose of Colors palettes, are really, really, really powdery. Like there's a lot of kickback in the palettes. So if that is a no deal for you, like a deal breaker for you, then I wouldn't recommend picking up these palettes. But the pigment is really good. So this blue definitely, I feel like it like oxidized to be darker. You can see in the upper crease area where I started to blend it out, it started to get a lot darker. And then in the crease, like lower crease area, it's a lot lighter of a blue, if that makes any sense. So it's definitely, at least on my skin tone, not showing up true to the cobalt blue color. It's kind of just getting a little darker. So I'm just gonna take this previous brush and just work it over the top. I wonder if this next color is gonna be like that. I'm gonna go in with Thin Ice, which is the cobalt, or the navy blue kind of color. And I'm gonna take a blending brush. This is a Coastal Scents BR250. It's like the E25, and I'm just gonna put this in those inner and outer corners. And then in the actual crease part. So this blue, this Thin Ice blue is looking, it's looking exactly like the cobalt blue that we applied. I'm not liking this. Like, I'm really, really, really not liking this. I expected the cobalt blue to be more cobalt blue, and like they're just blending into it. Like they're just kind of meshing together right now. Like there's no there's no difference of color. I'm really disappointed. Just not feeling these blues in the crease. Like I'm just like, I don't know. Y'all probably think this looks like shit too. So I think I might wipe this off and just come up with another look, and then come back on the camera and figure it and just redo it for y'all, because this is a mess. So this is what I came up with. I just went with the mauve tones, the tones that I'm used to. So the first shade I used was Cheens out of this palette as well. Same Pretty Bar brush, and just put this in the upper crease area and just blended this out. So you don't really need a lot of this color because you're gonna pretty much cover it up. Like, as you can see on this side, it pretty much gets covered up anyways, besides like a little tiny bit. So I don't really worry too much with this color. Then I take the color right next to it, which is called Girl Bye, which is like a berry kind of color. And I'm taking this with a JH31, so it's kind of like a fluffy brush. And I really worked this color into the crease, so I really built this color up. And I kind of even cover up the previous color as well. So now I'm going to go into the Snow Angels palette, and I'm going to take the shade right in the middle, which is called Berry Cold. And I'm going to take this with the Morphe M433 brush and just pack this into the crease and then apply it pretty low. And I really build this color up as well to get some of that definition. Some days I just feel like I really suck at eyeshadow. Like, some days I just come in here and sit down and I'm like, yes, bitch, you are amazing. And other days I just come in here and I'm like, why am I even doing this? It's just like, come on. So now I'm going to take Try Me. And I'm going to put this on my lid with a MAC 242. And I'm not going to do anything special with this. I'm just honestly going to just put this on my lid space. Like, I'm not going to like do too much of like a half cut crease type of situation. Just keeping it nice and kind of like a natural. And I am going to take my ring finger because this color doesn't really stick too well to not having like an eyeshadow base. So if you use this color, you definitely want to use like your finger or even like apply a tacky base so it has something to stick to, because it is pretty glittery. As you can see, there's a lot of fallout. There was even more fallout on the other eye. So, or even using like that NYX pigment primer would have been nice with this eyeshadow, because these little reflects and the like little glitter type situations need something to kind of like stick to. Super, super, super pretty. Why am I not focused? Okay, camera, stop trying to play me. I'm gonna take a little bit more Berry Cold and just go into the crease, make sure everything is nice and blended. And then I decided to apply liner. So the first liner I applied was the Dose of Colors Set the Tone eyeliner and Hit the Road, which is kind of like that same berry kind of color. And I'm using a Sigma E07 wing liner brush to apply this. Okay, and now I'm gonna use the eyeliner in the shade Sleepover, same brand. I'm gonna use another EO6 wing liner brush, and with this one I'm just gonna go right over the top of it. This one really doesn't show up as much as I wanted it to, but it adds a nice kind of like secondary color. I'm actually gonna go out like this. I didn't do that on the other eye, but I am gonna do it on this one. And then one last go with the previous color. I'm just gonna use this to kind of go over the line, make sure everything is like showing up and it's not being covered too much by the previous color. Sure, this is what we're gonna go with. So I'm gonna apply lashes and mascara and do my face. I don't know what lashes I'm gonna pop on. Ouch. But I'm gonna do that and then I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, so I'm back. All I did was put the Berry Cold on the lower lash line, as well as Sleepover in the waterline, and then popped on mascara. For the inner corner, I just put a little bit of the Desi... I'm always dropping something. The Desi Katie Just a Kiss right here. I put that in the inner corner just for a little pop. Also added some highlighter to my brow bone. That's pretty much it. I didn't want to add that in the video because this video is already crazy long. Like, I already know. So, for lips, I'm just going to lightly line them with this NYX lip liner in Downtown Beauty. And then I am going to first go in with Naughty, the Naughty Gloss. And just apply this to my lips. Oh shit. Is this a liquid lipstick or is this a gloss? I think this is a gloss. And then I am going to put Angel, which is a lighter pink, like right in the center. My lips are so crusty right now. And I even put on lip gloss. They're just always so damn crusty. Ugh. Alright, you guys. So this is the finished look. The finished look. Also, I did apply some more lashes. This is in the style Whip Lash. So that is this lash right here. Just a nice kind of like wispy, but just pretty light kind of lash. So that is the lash that I applied, and that's pretty much it, you guys. I'd love to know your thoughts on this collection. I really like the lip gloss and the liquid lipstick set. I feel like it's a really good bang for your buck, especially if you're trying to like, you know, like build your collection, you know, slowly but surely. You can kind of see what colors that look good on you, what their liquid lipstick formula feels like, what their lip gloss formula feels like, and everything like that without buying like $18 to $20 each full tubes. So you could buy this, you know, and be like, oh, Catching Feelings is really good, let me buy the full size or something like that. Also, the palette, the Snow Angels palette, I was disappointed in the blues. Like the purples and the pinks, like this kind of color worked a lot better, but like this palette, I don't know, I didn't really like it. The blues weren't really, maybe it was just how I used it, I don't know, but the blues just didn't really work for me, especially that cobalt blue. It just didn't feel as like blue. It kind of oxidized on my eyes. So, but this color, this look actually turned out pretty well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on this collection. If you're gonna buy it, what you're gonna buy, or you're gonna skip, pass, whatever it may be, let me know down in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you go, and once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Mwah. Bye. With lipstick on my teeth. Always lip gloss.